have been nice to go up and have a look from the sky, given just how beautiful the Éire sign is. But I'm amazed. How far back are we going that you two realised there's a sign up there and we're going to try and find it? What year was it again?
Well, when I was quite young, when I came down here on holidays, my cousin Kenneth Redmond, he doesn't live here now.
Right.
But he in fact brought me up there. So that's a long time ago. It probably would be in maybe the late 50s or early 60s.
But there was a concerted effort by both of you in recent years to say, okay, well, there's a sign up there that nobody has seen for many a year. Let's go and find it. So did you say it was 2013?
That's when we...
Yeah, Dennis made me aware of it too, and he got me interested in it, and that's what brought the two of us up there.
Right.
When we say regularly, it wasn't that regular, but even so, we had a good idea that the fire would do the business for us as such, you know.
So you two started the fire to get
so
there.
Without being accused of that, without being accused of that, the minute the fire...
So Maguire and Patterson didn't start it. It was it was Byrne and...
We probably have that camper or whoever it was that admitted to it.
Unfortunate out there. He was
we have him
doing
to
up
thank.
his morning breakfast, fries or whatever, a fry up or something went wrong.
Yeah.
Now this is an incredible sight, and I know that, as I said, you guys have spent many years kind of aware of it and hoping to unearth it. So it must have felt sort of a bizarre when suddenly the whole world, especially along the East Coast here, seemed to be on its case, and it was almost like a gold rush. Every day there was photographs and drone footage and newspaper stories. In a way, you'd been looking for this buried treasure, and suddenly it's everybody's grabbing bits of the gold.
Well, there's that as well. I suppose you can't avoid that.
Yeah.
A little bit of a knee-jerk reaction from people that probably thought it was there or only just appeared, like, you know.
Yeah.
Not to be.
It's a lovely thing that it appeared, of course, but yeah, it was certainly a kind of a feeding frenzy once it did actually appear.
It's been under the grass now from 1939.
Right.
Type of thing.
Okay, right. Now the idea of I know you've been out there and you're coming home covered in soot to continue basically unearthing it, because you had to dig down quite a bit. You were saying you had a technique where you would bang your stick and hopefully find a stone, and that might lead to a group of stones.
Yeah, the edge of the hole.
Right.
Yes,
right.
You'd have a big stone in a particular place.
Yeah. You'd be able to find from that.
There were sort of areas that were blank, and only by tapping the ground,
right,
you would hear a sound, and then scrape the stuff away.
So we were able to undermine the width of, when we got the width of the actual figures, we were able to undermine it and scrape back all the old moss and scutch grass and so on, and expose the stone, and then that helped us a lot. Then I suppose maybe we did it once. We'd go back up and down on both sides, and eventually get it that we had it well exposed, like, you know.
So I only became aware, it was in July, Ray Cranley from Bray, who's a local artist and historian, put up a post on Bray Open Forum, and that was the first time I'd heard about it, and I certainly didn't see it until, bizarrely, about a month later, it suddenly became a major, people started taking photographs from above and video from above, and that's when it broke as a kind of a national story. You guys were still working away. Once the gorse happened, it sort of speeded up your work, and you were still going up there and digging away at making the most of the fact that now you had some chance of renovating. So how much work now did you do after that fire? You were coming back quite regularly up to the...
We would go up there maybe for a morning,
right?
Maybe every second morning, to keep maybe working for 3 or 4 hours type of thing,
right? And
then we'd have to have a rest and come back and go back up the next day or the day after type of thing, you know.
Right.
And we kept it going like that for a good while, and then we have it at the stage now, or the last time we were there was just, we were on the perimeter wall, right? And
so the baseline and the left hand side haven't been cleaned.
No. Okay.
And it shows in the present video.
Yeah, we exposed, the last number we was to get was the number 8.
Yeah.
And then we went from both sides of number 8 and start going down to expose all the perimeter wall, you know.
Right.
Now we're not very far down along, but
okay. So, and of course you would have seen now on Monday various people came together. I know Sika and Pizza Shack did some sponsorship. They were involved. A young lad in the area, Declan Hogan. They went up and they did whitewash. Now, I know the whitewash does seem to be sort of industrial strength, so there is the hope that it will, last and it will actually survive a little bit of bad weather. But again, this was something you didn't know about. This must have been a surprise to you too, that there's work going on suddenly that is sort of part of the work you've been doing for years.
Well, that was a big surprise, because we going on our own plans, we weren't really ready for the painting yet.
Okay.
We have another bit of cleaning to do, and then we were going to go back on all of the numbers and see could we get them cleaned a little bit more,
Okay.
And then maybe think about the painting.
Right.
Or maybe
you say all of the numbers. Sorry, there's more than the number 8 would be up there. There's other reference numbers, are there?
No,
the letters and okay. So all the letters and numbers. All right.
Yeah.
No, I thought maybe there was more to it. And also the hut, of course. The hut is there. Some of it's been moved, and some of it's been the Wicklow County Council moved some of the stones. But
that was part of the project as well. We were going to go back when we got the numbers and everything cleaned up and possibly painted up. We were going to work on the little lookout post itself,
and rebuild it,
and do something
we'll
with
have
it
to
there.
leave that now to the new interests.
Yeah. Well, I think it's ultimately it's fantastic that it's now there, and then people are aware that of a part of our history that I certainly wasn't aware of until the sign became apparent to people, and it is a wonderful thing that it's now been preserved a little bit more, and I'm sure in many ways, I'm sure you can feel great that actually what you aimed for has come true, that the sign itself has been recognised, and that part of our history will start to be explored by people. They'll realise what that was there for, and it was I think it was to warn people that all the Brits were on this side of the Bray Head.
It's a little bit of history uncovered now, and I'm happy enough with the way that we were able to expose and bring it up to what we brought it this far,
Yeah.
But it's just it's not quite finished. It wasn't quite ready for paint and
for
so
its makeup
on and whatever. That was a bit of maybe a knee jerk. I don't know, but it was,
Well, I think time will do its thing as well. That it'll be part of our local history now. It'll be part of what we know about this area, and people will go exploring interviews like this and realise just where it started, and the fact that it was a lonely road that you were starting in 2013, not knowing where it was, and it wasn't exactly easy just trekking over the Bray Head looking for rocks that might be stuck together somewhere. It was I'm sure it was kind of a sense of who knows if this will work, if we'll actually find it, but a good feeling that it is now out there and it is exposed.
Oh yeah, it's there now, and it's there for anyone to look at and enjoy. And good. It's not really finished yet. That's the problem.
There's still work to be done.
And I'd say really, if the army or whoever it was, reconnaissance, whoever took the first photograph, if that was a little bit later now, we'd probably have a lot more done.
Okay.
And we wouldn't have. It wouldn't have been invaded as such.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, the hope is now that there is a recognition of its importance, and people will be respectful, we'll say, of what's up there. And now, did you want to apologise for starting the fire, or do you want to leave that till another time? I just think it's
I would like to thank the guy that did start it.
All right. I think he's actually floating in the river there, or in the sea there. There you go. He's having a bit of fun today.
He would have saved us a lot of manpower. He has saved us a lot of manpower.
That's what it was. See, that's what he's planned. That'll be his defence in court.
Yeah.